Okay, let's not crash. Good morning, and welcome to Bulldog Fly 123 to Seattle and back again. So we're on a little trip here to check out the Green Duwamish Valley around us. So those of you familiar with Seattle, you can see it coming up here, just kind of center left. Right now, we're flying over Ballard. Queen Anne's coming up. We've got the cruise ship terminal, and we'll be heading across Elliott Bay. And in the distance, you can see Mount Rainier. And just down there on the left, you have all of the high rises of Seattle. Here we're heading over the waterfront in Elliott Bay, and just up ahead is the mouth of the Duwamish River. And that's what we'll be following, that river up to its source and checking out this whole Green Duwamish River Valley, the Kent Valley. On the right, just to the west of West Seattle, you can see a little bit more Puget Sound. And here we're heading over the mouth of the Duwamish River. If you look around, you might see some places you recognize. You can see the port. You can see the train yards down there in Sodo. You can see Boeing Field coming up ahead on the left, but we're not going to be landing there right now. West Seattle just there on our right. And you can see here the Duwamish River is quite angular. It's quite straight, and that's because this area has been completely changed by people over time. Right here you can actually see the place called Duwamish. And here the shape of the river gets back to being a little bit more natural, following its original bends. Got Allentown there. Tukwila will be coming up soon. All of those white buildings in the distance, those are the roofs of the warehouses and factories there in Kent, and then going off in the distance to the right, Auburn. And just over here to the left, just past Tukwila, we've got Renton, and right about now we should be going over South Center Mall, where I-5 and 405 meet. There you go. You can see it just down on the right. And let's try and find our river again. There it is. It winds back and forth through the valley here. I'm going to get some elevation, see if we can see this a little better. So over on the right where you see Federal Way and Lakeland, that is West Hill. Over here on the left is our East Hill, and you can see Kent. Mill Creek should be down there just on the left, flying over Kent Station, and Mill Creek just a little bit further east. Some of you might even seen your homes. And here's the Green River again. So the Duwamish and the Green River are basically the same river, just the Duwamish is the lower section of it. All right, let's see where we're at. Flying a little bit funny here. Okay, you can see the winding path of the Green River below us, where all those trees are. There's a golf course. That snaky line of trees is the Green River. And here when we get up into Auburn, the river starts coming down from the Unum-Claw Plateau. And that's that area of green, kind of on the left towards Mount Rainier. And that's all farmland. And you can see it's quite higher. You know, we've been going up from the Kent Valley. And now this is a large, higher flat area, kind of a highland. And that's the Unum-Claw Plateau. And the Green River kind of cuts down from the Cascade Mountains and slowly cuts into the Unum-Claw Plateau before it gets way down into the Kent Valley. So again, all of that farmland out there on the right, that's the Unum-Claw Plateau. And still we're following the Green River. It's kind of hard to see, but because it's inside these trees, we can see it down there next to, there's some like little sandy areas bending back and forth on the left. Would any of you want me to be your pilot? I haven't crashed yet. That's not bad, right? So you can see here down on the left, when I bank a little bit, you can see bits of the river in between the trees, snaking back and forth. Right now we're getting close to Flaming Geyser State Park, and there's some other parks and natural land out here. You can see the Cascades in the distance. So there's still the Green River below us. There's a horse track down there. Here is Flaming Geyser State Park, this open area right here. And the river's going to bend to the right. And now it's down in the gorge. So this is the Green River Gorge area. I'm going to bring this up a little bit so we can see this better. So we're right above the river. I'm going to bring this around so we can see it a little bit better from a different angle. Again, there's the Cascades with their forests. There's some farms below us. And we're still above the Enumclaw Plateau. You can see Mount Rainier there in the distance. Trying to get back to the river here. But at this point, we're heading up. There's a dam up here where the river starts. The river's just down on our right, I believe. I've never actually flown this, so. I might have found my way over to the White River. So here's something interesting about the Green River, the Duwamish, and the White River. So the White River used to be the main river, and the Green River was just a tributary that flowed into it. But it used to flood all the time, and so King County and Pierce County actually had a water war, a dam war, you could say, and they fought over what to do with the river. And so they would actually dynamite the river so that it would flood the other counties' land. And eventually King County won out because they had more farmers with guns and more money. And so they were able to dam the river so that the White River stopped flowing into the White River was started to be pushed towards Tacoma instead. And so then the Green River, which was just a tributary, became the main part of the river. So I seem to gotten us a little bit off course, and I'm afraid I'm going to crash. Let's see if I can get our speed back up, huh? There we go. I think we got this. But I seem to have lost the river there for a bit. I'll have to add that later. Ah!